this is what we're gonna have a look into today. I honestly have no clue what is inside this box other than art books. That's what it says on the outside. There might not even be art books in it. So let's react to my old sketchbooks with me. I'm really hoping this is gonna inspire me. Use myself to inspire myself. I guess let's open the box then, shall we? Okay, so what have we found? There are, I think, from the outside, this is for GCSE sketchbook. And then I believe these are all A-Level sketchbooks. Let's start with the GCSE. I remember these because look at these sketchbooks. They don't have a spot, they've got either. Oh, that page was cool. Okay, I'm excited. Natural forms. Okay. Ooh. Observational shells. I remember doing this one. Ooh, something's falling out. This one here. Is it gonna focus? That's an example of what I think the drawing with a biro looks like. It doesn't always look like that. You know what I also feel like I need to do? Jot some things down. Cute. Okay, next one. Plants. Love. I really love how in these sketchbooks you'll see, compared to my A-Level sketchbooks, in A-Level we had to draw everything in a box, whereas this is more watercolour leaves. This is more just however we see goes. Okay, ooh, I remember doing these. This is actually all photos that I have taken. I really remember taking this one. This one I then drew as a final piece. Oh, here we go. Photos I used in my collage are all photos I've taken in various places around England, such as the Eden Project, Wisley, Parson Lacey, and my garden. How lovely. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this is actually starting a lot better than I thought it was. I know that there's some interesting things further down the line. Fish. I really like oil pastels. Ah, then we start the artist study age. I'm not gonna lie, is that my favourite thing about doing art, maybe? Analysis. Cool. Clifford Harper. Is that who that is? So do they, oh, it does go the other way. See, I thought I did this, but there's loads of stuff falling out. That's really good. I really went off using acrylic. I don't know why. Nothing quite like acrylic on a canvas. Lino painting. This is cool. I love all these like backgrounds. Oh. This was silly. Cotin. Who else? We all used to dye the paper with the tea and the coffee. Wandsworth. Oh, that was obviously a big piece that I did. Wonder where that is. I will also, I'm assuming that all of these artists I was given. It was like a GCSE thing. Okay, sketchbook 1. Actually, pretty impressed. I thought starting at GCSE would be awful, but that was actually quite good. This is now GCSE sketchbook number 2. Idea 1. Okay, so this is just leading on. Cute beads. Skip. Aha! See, I do remember things. That's good as well. I also like that pen when you put the water over, but again, that can go wrong. My photograph. Gotta make it clear. I wonder where this is. That is actually, I know that that's quite good. I'm not really an acrylic gal anymore, but maybe, aha, final piece, progress. So we've got photos of it. If you've watched my Getting Back into Art series and I talk about a final piece, this is not the final piece that I talk about. I hope that there's a plan. There'll be the plan in one of those books, but I hope there's no photos of it. This should have been my A-Level art final piece. Ah, see, there's a photo of it. I'm quite impressed with that. These sketchbooks are so hard to hold. Whose idea was that? Yeah, that is on a, what size, A3? A3 size canvas. Like I say, don't know where it is. Like that second one as well. Unit 1. He used to walk around school holding these. These are heavy. How many kilograms is this? I could do me a bit big for a bicep curl, but is this one next? Ah, so I believe this one was next. It's like a plate. What's in here then? Olivia Royston, that is my name. Wrapped. That's obviously the... See, this is where the personality comes out of it. I remember really wanting those shoes, never got them. Kind of grateful for it, hilarious. When we look through these, you're gonna tell that there was a lot of dancing. There still is a lot of dancing, but there was really a lot of dancing this time. The artists for my A-Level ones are better because I think I mainly chose them. And we wrapped people up. I do not. It's funny what you remember, isn't it? Do not remember that at all. I remember this V&A school trip. Giacometti, that's what he's called. Could not read this down the side. Henry Moore. Saying these names like I remember. I know recently I won a quiz because it was who was this artist, and I knew because I did them at GCSE or A-Level. Oh, I like that one. That's cute. It's inspiring me to, maybe I should have never run away from the acrylic. I always thought I wasn't very good at acrylic. Peter Randall Page. The Seed. I saw this. Where is that then? Ah, can now be found at the Eden Project. Inspired by Peter Randall Page. Oh, I'm kind of bored by this. Merit Oppenheim. Oh my god, I remember all of this. Is this a good reaction? Just me saying I remember things or I don't remember things? You know what I've never painted with? Oil. Am I gonna buy those oil? That is so Pinterest. That is so where I got it from. I always love drawing the animals. Final piece ideas. This was the idea I went with. This is actually ended up being a statue. I assume I had to do a statue. That I don't think there's any way that I would have voluntarily made a statue. These are good. Where did this come from? I started by pressing a skull in the clay. However, the skull was very difficult to press into the clay, and when I tried to take it out, it was stuck in the clay. After removing it, the skull, the detail had been created. So I decided to create a different object. Oh, the foot. Plaster casting. Okay. Not sure how I feel about that. Oh. I didn't realise that I was going to feature cute home photos. Love my friends in morph suits. I think multiple times I had my friends in morph suits. I actually probably still have them. Probably still my love. Degas! Look, I get why there's the writing. I get it. And I hated doing it at the time. It does look kind of cool. No art was ever less spontaneous than mine. Damien Hirst. I have seen this in real life. Do I say that it's my photo? Why are you scowling? This video has been interrupted because I have a guest at my window.
Hello.
If you know me, guess who that is. It's probably very obvious.
My temper tantrum.
Yeah, this is what I have to put up with.
Hello.
Enough of this. Let's get back into this. Oh, inspired by Degas. Oh. See, every final piece I end up doing, not every one, two. The two that I probably dislike the most are to do with dancing. Where did I get all this fabric from? Because that is really nice. Yeah, this was not my finest hour. Yeah, I don't think the clay model was for me, to be honest. That's that one done. Slam! Going on to the final GCSE book. Is this must have been the final one? People, places. Oh, Apart and all together, I remember that being a theme and being like, what does that mean? See, sometimes acrylic great, sometimes acrylic not so great. You haven't once seen me draw a face yet. There's a reason for that. Again, there's me and Alex. It was just at the window. Apart and all together, why have we got a 15th cake and an 80th cake? That's the question. Seeing all-time low, a Formula 1 car, things don't change really. Oh, my one and only. Chantel. That's okay. You don't know that. That is my childhood there. Her name is Chantel. I named her when I was 3 years old. Alex is featuring this in more than I thought. Response. This is very showing off the age. Simply Vera. What was that? But yeah, this is very telling of the time. I mean, we still use the Hoola bronzer to this day. Loved that little MAC pot. Lisa Milroy. See, now this is more nostalgic just because of the photos. These koala slippers, epic. These silver Converse, one of my favourite things ever. I also still have these shoes. I still wear them to the gym. They are, I think, my year 10 PE shoes. I'm so glad Alex showed up at the window when she said so much of her is in this. Just as I was saying, have I drawn any faces? I mean, I still haven't drawn a full face. It's up, it's on the next page. My initial idea is based on secrets. I will show the secrets by sewing the mouth of a person together. Okay. This is a lot more pleasant. Oh, I'm literally saying, I haven't drawn a face. I know this final piece I drew myself. A girl's face who is upset due to her relationship not working. People being kept apart. Okay, I love how these are selfies. I literally wore this jumper today. Again, you can just you could guess what age this is in. A Jack Wills tag. Some more artists. Jeez, I love doing this, didn't I? Oh, my dad with an etch. Finalising my final idea. I am so dramatic. Plastic tests. I mean, these are all plastic wallets. You need an idea if that's what you're looking for, if that's why you're on this video. And then this was all Sharpies. And this was easy because just traced. I remember testing in different mediums. Yeah, these aren't so great, are they? Progress diary. Where is that from? Why did I print out images before printing? Oh yeah, it's not great. That's okay. So, yeah, who is this? I feel like I know who these people are. It's very Tumblr. Well, that's all the GCSE. Overall, I feel like pretty much okay, other than maybe the faces. Main takeaway from that is maybe I could do acrylic. Why did I run away from acrylic? I think because in these ones I was introduced to more mediums that we're about to see. We are now into the A-Level sketchbooks. I believe this is the first one. I feel like I spent hours looking at these, working on these. So let's see. Let's see what's inside. Oh, this was cool. Printing essays on a clear sheet of paper. Again, if you're looking for this for ideas, that's a good one. Okay. God, this definitely is the first sketchbook. I remember this being so different to GCSE, and this took me further. We were about to see the age of drawing in boxes. It's coming. Oh, it's an artist study. I was thinking, how have we suddenly got here? Luke Dixon as you'll see by other things I draw. He's a big inspiration for a lot of my A-level work. Let's do a lot of artist copies in A-level and then draw in the style of that artist. I always say my artist copies are the best things I did. This was one of my favourites. The panda. See, already you can see we're using 100 different mediums per page. I do quite like that. I do like experimenting with the mediums. I just love drawing animals. This is another artist copy. This is with ink. I don't know. Oh, was that wax? Do you put wax on the paper and then it doesn't copy the ink down? Am I remembering that right? Another. See, to be fair, my jump from GCSE to A-Level was insane. I think it's because I got introduced to pen. I do just love pen so much. This is another artist copy. It's going to be a theme there. I love doing this. An art skill I definitely possess is gridding and copying, like with that amount of detail with a grid, which is why I think I used to love doing artist copies so much. But also something that I'm kind of feeling at the minute with where I am on my art journey with myself is like, just because I draw something once, I could draw it again and improve it until I feel that's what artists do. Whereas because everything was so rushed and you had to produce so much, did I do that at GCSE, A-Level? No. See, all of this pen work. This is another artist, that's another artist copy. Okay, so now we get to my final piece ideas. I will say, this is, so my first year of A-Level AS art, this is, I think to this day, the best things I've ever created, I've ever drawn. It was all about, I mean, I used endangered animals. A wasp, is a wasp endangered? Surely not. Basically mixing machines and animals together. The idea, I like the contrast between man-made and nature. So this was the plan for my final piece. And yeah, these drawings, they are actually on the floor behind me. Like, I look at these and I think, oh, I'm good at art. That doesn't happen that often with the rest. Okay. That was obviously the first unit. First thing I did, great, goes downhill from it. What's the theme of this then? Not sure. Drawing of a dancer's feet. Drawing of a dancer's foot. Good. See, me and faces. That's cool. I've used a combination of dancers. Oh, and traditional dress. I feel like that was an artist copy. This again is another great page that I really remember putting a lot of time into. These photos were taken at a dance festival and then I said them all. So it's all about like costumes. See, sometimes the faces look okay and sometimes they're just, it's a no. It's a no from me. I remember doing all this sewing and it being a nightmare. I knew that was an eagle shield, even though none of those, oh in fact those are. Eagle shield. I remember this artist as well. Does this inspire or deter me from faces? Deter. See, was this my final piece? Like this, it's just not the same as, where has it gone? As this. That is done by two different people. I don't know if we had to maybe use different mediums, they had to be different things, like if you use pen once you can use it again. But if so, that's a silly rule. But then also at the same time, knowing myself, I probably wanted to do 100 things at once because how much has changed. We're now on the big one. See, this is also quite similar to that GCSE thing that I did. I remember, because obviously at GCSE you were like, yay, I get a big book, cover my personal information. I remember this making me. I remember at GCSE it's like a new thing to get a book that big, and then I would always choose the A4 sketchbook over this huge one because it's so big, there's so much to fill on the page. But So the essay that was in the previous page is all written out in this book, and that I remember taking me hours of my life. Again, a great artist print, a great artist copy. I actually think the first part of this book is all about artists from what I remember. This took me so long, and it's, even though it's an artist copy, one of the best things. It's too heavy for me to hold this artist. Okay. I mean, this is one of my favourite favourite paintings of all time. But you see what I mean? What? I got really good at copying, not copying. Is it copying? I don't know. Not copying, you know, I was really good at that, but my actual own thing. Oh, there's just so much you can do with pen. Yeah, I need to get back into the pen life. Oh. The crocodile. Tim Burton. Oh, we're just reading things out. That is so cool. Okay, now we're getting back into my own things. See, was anyone really reading this? Was anyone really reading that? Not sure. That was just there. Picture that I took of Barcelona. It's quite cool looking at this, of these places that I drew where now I've been to. It's the copy, it sticks the pages together. You know earlier on I said everyone loves using copy? Oh, that's cool. A kangaroo! I've seen many a kangaroo in real life, in the wild. So this page I remember doing very clearly. If I had to write down what was in these books, this would be one that I would remember. Because it's every state in America, but something that either represents the state or, you know, is the scenery in lots of different mediums. Wisconsin Dairy Products Association, that's what I'm questioning. Oh, I see, Virginia, Massachusetts. Where's Pennsylvania? Ah, Pennsylvania. There's just so much going on. I feel like the things that aren't as great, like this, is kind of hidden, but how, this is the thing about these big books, how do you make every single inch of it great? Can you see what I mean about drawing in the squares though? Ah, countries. It's so funny how you can tell that I'm the same person now. I know that sounds a bit obvious, but I'm evidently me then and I'm evidently me now. Is that a weird thing to say? I mean, we obviously were encouraged to do these prints, but just not me. These are the plans for, oh, it's at the end of the book. It is for my final piece, which was these postcards. Antarctica one, I really remember doing this, but also have no recollection of it. I feel it was all of the continents showing, like representing two different stories, like kind of the story, the tourist story with, I guess, like the reality or the world issue story. For my final piece, I'm aiming to produce 14 postcards to represent the world. For each continent, I'm going to focus on a specific country and one postcard. Will connote, that's such an A-level word for me. It will connote what we perceive as the country. In contrast, the other postcard will reveal the reality of the country. I mean, that is pretty cool for me. I feel like we're getting through these a bit faster than I thought. We're on the final book. This is the final A-level book. This is the one that is linked to that final piece that I've spoken about before. Oh, there's a plan. There's a plan for it. That's okay, I can do with the plan. I think the plan actually looks alright. Again, you can already see by the cover, environment, just covering up my dress again. Didn't know there was going to be a new Wicked film then, did I? Cute. Fine liner drawing of a rubbish van, connoting our little harm to our environment. See, this was acrylic. No, watercolour. It's not watercolour. It does not look like watercolour. This is now, we're going into the age I mean, I say this just as we're about to look at Picasso. Smooth over. We're going into the age of where I discovered YouTubers that do art, which is why this is me moving into the gouache. I should really know how to pronounce this age, because all of these artists are people that I found on YouTube. Just ripping some of it. So I need some milk. Okay. This is very much giving that Wrapped from my GCSE. That's cool. This is an artist. That's an artist copy. Again, all my favourite things in these books are artist copies. Where did the pen go? This is to do with Miss Saigon. I know, Hamilton. Yeah, we're in that age where we're getting ready to go to drama school. That is literally a photo from Miss Saigon. What a great musical that is. We're going into final piece realm now. To be fair, I feel like this would have been a better final piece idea. I need to let this go, don't I? Oh, and then we move away from it. And then final piece plan. I'm not gonna lie, it didn't have much more detail in the thing. This book is, I don't really like this book as well as much as I like the other ones. I feel like I started really strong with the first one when I was doing pen. And there we have it. That is me. That is all my school sketchbooks. Feel a bit neutral. I always do this. I'm like, let's do a reaction, and I'm like this. No reaction. Key takeaways from that. Pen, acrylic. I don't know when the last time I used acrylic. I didn't even really use it in those A-Level books, did I? If you're watching this for ideas for your art sketchbooks because you're doing art at school, please take them. I remember watching these when I was doing A-Level, when I was doing GCSE, and loved them. You know what to conclude? Because I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of expecting to do this and being like, oh my god, I'm gonna create these sketchbooks again. I don't want to create them again, but I did create them 10-ish plus years ago, around 10 years ago. It's really interesting. I spoke about this in another video recently about how if you want to progress as an artist, you grow as a person. And I look at these and I'm like, this is so the age I was when I made these, which makes sense because I hadn't lived through COVID. No. I hadn't experienced a lot that I've experienced now. I feel sometimes, oh, here we go. We're always looking for something a bit deeper, aren't we, on this channel? I feel like sometimes, and I've had this, I get this with dancing sometimes too, where you know that you were good at something and then to go back to it, you feel like you've gone so far backwards and then you're like, oh, what's the point? And I'm doing it for a completely different reason now. I'm doing it as a chill out, not to pump out GCSE A-Level sketchbooks. But yeah, I want to create some art as the person I am now, not as the person I was then, and not doing artist studies. I understand why you do that at school, obviously, but I don't need to do that now. It's like overwhelmingly free. As always, let me know in the comments if you've enjoyed this video. Let me know, are you watching because you're currently studying art? Are you watching because you also want to get back into art? We talk about all things creative on this channel, so if that would interest you, then make sure you are subscribed. And if you saw anything in these sketchbooks that you loved or laughed at, because I laughed at them too, you can let me know in the comments. And until next time, I hope you have an incredible day wherever you are in the world, and remember, the world needs you to make your art, so go out there and make it.